this is Josh Shine with Sci-Fi Productions. Today we're going to check out two really cool guitars, the Strat and Tele, of course, as you probably figured out. This is a white Ernie Ball Music Man Cutlass Strat. You can see the crazy headstock there. So that's the Strat we'll be using. The Tele we'll be using today is a Fender Telecaster. It's the 60th anniversary. If you can see the back plate there, then you can see it. I'll wait till the end of the video. I'll kind of go into a little more details about the guitars. But essentially they're both supposed to sound like vintage Teles and Strats with a few modern additions to it. But they definitely sound very Strat and Tele-like, which is great for this demo. And I would highly recommend, if you're listening, again, the differences are fairly subtle. So we're going to be comparing the neck and the bridge pickup. I'm not doing the middle pickup in this video because the middle pickup of Strat and Tele, you might already know, but are quite different. So the question on this video is, we have two alder body guitars, we have a neck pickup, and we have, a single coil in the neck and the bridge. So how different is the Strat pickup versus the Tele pickup? How different does it sound? I'd highly recommend, there are differences in my opinion, but they're fairly subtle. So if you have nice headphones, nice studio monitors, nice speakers, something like that, that's definitely gonna work better than just listening on your phone. So if that's an option, awesome. I'll go more into the details afterwards, but let's get straight to the tones. Alrighty, hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you're interested in what pedals I use and interface and all that stuff, I'm gonna put that all in the description below. So if you wanna look at that, obviously I did some clean and dirty tones. You can see what distortions and delays and compressors and all that stuff. Everything ran straight into a Quilter Superblock US, which is a super cool product. I actually did a demo of it recently. But anyway, it's an American style amp and it went direct into the computer. Most of the settings were on the 57 setting, which is like a blackface kind of scoop midsy thing. For the clean, and a couple of dirty channels, tones I should say, I went to the tweed setting. So a little more mids, just get a little bit more crunchy of a sound and avoid that kind of shrill high, single coily thing that can happen. So my thoughts anyway, there definitely is a difference. I found it pretty interesting, fairly subtle, but in the neck pickup, for sure the Tele overall just is a little bit darker. So I've read some people say, well, if you want more of a Tele kind of sound on your Strat, just roll down your tone knob. And that kind of makes sense. It won't sound exactly the same, but you definitely get that kind of sound. So for the Tele stuff on the neck, some jazz stuff I think is really nice because again, it's a little bit darker, it's a little bit warmer. A lot of that I think is probably due to the plate. And of course the pickup too. But I liked it for that. Overall, I'm more of a neck pickup Strat guy. I think there's more clarity. There's a little more punch, like with the single note blues stuff, right? It gives you a little more attack, which is not necessarily a good or bad thing, right? You might want a smoother sound, which the Tele kind of does. A lot of the kind of magic on the Tele neck, or why they make it warmer, is so it matches with the bridge, right? Because you have a hot bridge, it's pretty bright, so they make the neck kind of a little extra warm. So that way when you do that in between, when you get, again, I didn't do on this video, but when you get that in between sound on a Tele, it's really, really great, which is probably why they haven't really changed this, because the combination of the two is just killer. It's a sound that you should really check out if you haven't. But yeah, as far as the neck pickup, could definitely hear a difference. Again, mainly darker, for sure more bass on the Telecaster than the Strat. Again, I like this Strats in general, but especially this Strat because I find it records extremely well. I don't always actually gig with this guitar, but I probably record with this guitar more than any other guitar I have. For that reason, it doesn't really seem to push any one frequency too much. It's very balanced. So whereas the Tele, you heard a little more of those kind of low ends being pushed. This one's really balanced. So I find that as far as mixing it and EQing it, it's quite easy to dial in the tone I want. So again, I like a little bit the percussiveness of the neck pickup. It's got a little more pop to it than a Tele does, but pretty similar. So for example, if you have a Strat pickup and it's a little too poppy sounding, you want a little bit smoother compressor, then a Tele neck definitely might be a good solution for you. Bridge pickup. What I found kind of interesting about the bridge pickup, I don't know if I guess a little bit surprised, is, I don't know, you think Tele guitar, you think really, really bright, which to be clear, they are bright. And actually this 60th anniversary has a no-load tone pot. So I had the volume and tone, by the way, on both guitars up all the time. I didn't do tweaking. After I recorded it, I didn't EQ or compress or add reverb or anything like that. I just wanted to take the signals as they are, just so you can hear the differences. And I know that can be tricky, because if I was recording a Tele, I probably would have tweaked some of the settings here and there. Same thing with a Strat. Like if I'm on a Strat bridge pickup, oftentimes I'll roll my tone down a little bit because it's quite bright. But in this video, everything was just wide open, everything on 10, as far as the guitar goes, right? But yeah, the bridge pickup, a lot more rock and roll to me. You know, the Tele's a more aggressive pickup. There's more lows, there's a little more mids. It's gonna distort more. So if you want it a little bit crunchier, I think the bridge on the Tele is great, right? If you throw a distortion at it, it's gonna eat that distortion up. On the Strat, it's not that it sounds bad. I like the way it sounds. It's a little bit more clear and again, a little more balanced to me, but it's brighter. I was a little surprised by how much brighter it was actually in the neck and the bridge. So in the bridge pickup, you were hearing a lot more highs to my ears than on the Tele. Again, even though the Tele's a quite bright pickup, the Tele's just kind of rocking. It's a fatter sound in the bridge as opposed to the Strat single coil, which is a little bit thinner of a sound. Again, not bad, you know, nothing's worse or better. I mean, the thin sound for sure for funky stuff, it's gonna be a little bit clearer than the Tele. For distorted stuff, I think it can sound good on the Strat, but again, a lot of times you wanna roll your tone knob a little bit and you have to stack some overdrive. So live, if I was using that Strat, a lot of times I'd have to stack or crank up my overdrives a little bit more just because it's a little bit lower output and whatnot. Whereas this a Tele, at least on this Tele, it's a fatter sound. So again, for rhythm stuff, that's kind of nice. For your lead stuff, if you wanted to boost the highs a little bit or something like that, you could. But anyway, that's my take. Both really, really cool guitars. Again, this was not a was better Tele or Strat. This is how much different do you really think the neck pickup and the bridge pickup of a Tele or Strat sound. So I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts. If you think they sounded the same, if you think they sounded different, if there's anything you'd like me to do differently or anything you liked or didn't like, please let me know. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.